This is Gyllins garden, or as you may say, Gyllins trädgård, eastern outskirts of Malmö.
A beautiful piece of nature, perfect for outings and picnics.
For long it has been lying dormant, but now things are starting to change. Earlier, it used to look like this, but now there's an elementary school here.
For some time now, different companies have constructed buildings in this area, and already people are moving in. But they are not the first ones who thought this was a great place to settle.
The construction of this residential area has of course been preceded by an archaeological excavation. It has been shown that people lived here as early as the Stone Age, but also in later periods.
The area around Gyllins also contains traces from the past. Behind me you can see Tornhög, a burial mound from the Bronze Age.
And here I am at Sillinghög, another burial mound from the Bronze Age, just 200 meters from the last one.
It's exciting when you find something that's been around for a real long period of time. Like this road, if we could travel back in time, we would still find a road along this very route. It's a prehistoric road from the Bronze Age, and the evidence suggests that it also passed all the way up to Uppåkra, which was a central place during the Iron Age.
Gyllins is a very interesting place in many ways, and has a lot of history. But why is it called Gyllins Garden? It doesn't really look like a garden. Well, let us show you.
The name Gyllins Garden derives from its founder, Knut Gyllins. He founded a rose garden here in early 20th century, a business that became famous even in Europe. But in 1970 it became bankrupt due to an oil crisis.
Then they demolished all the buildings in the area, the packing sheds, the greenhouses, and the plants. They were left to merge with nature. As you see here, the red oaks. And over here, we have the lilacs. And these are just two examples of plants that still stands here today.
Nature has now, 40 years later, reclaimed most of the area, and you might think that there is nothing left from Gyllins Golden Age. But that's when you're wrong. This is the traces from Gyllins.
Perhaps it's not so clear where I stand, but you can see the differences in height. This is a terrace, one of the traces from the buildings that once stood here.
If you look at an aerial photo and compare it with an old map with markings of the buildings, you can almost see rectangular shapes still in the vegetation.
Almost everywhere you can find these pieces of glass. It's from greenhouses. But you can also find these molten lumps here and there. What is it? It's a kind of fuel. This they burn in order to get heat in the greenhouses.
You can still find other tracks from the past, like these roof tiles, still lying in a line as if waiting to be used.
In many ways, it is as if time had stood still. But one can wonder, what did it look like back in those days? Imagine a place full of activity, a lot of houses and dense with people tending to the flowers, preparing them for the market.
It may have looked something like this. We are now 300 meters away from Gyllins Garden, and here the buildings are still standing, but they are slowly being retaken by nature.
This has also been one of Gyllins estates. In here you can get a little bit closer to the past.
It's amazing that this place still exists, but in the near future it will all disappear as new buildings will be constructed here. And then, this place will only be in our memories.
Therefore, our quest is to try to save what can be saved before it's too late and the history of Gyllins garden will be lost forever.